Yo, welcome back to yet another video. Now, this is gonna be a different one. Today, I'm doing one upload because tomorrow I made an offer, right, on myself saying, okay, if I'm not gonna stream Resident Evil 4 today, to finish the last part, maybe I'll do it tomorrow as an upload. So tomorrow, there's gonna be at least 2 to 3 uploads tomorrow, Saturday. Okay, so you guys better stay tuned for that one. If you guys are new, welcome to Hardcore Games TV, where you will see reactions, entertainment, and all the different types of content on this channel. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Leave a like, subscribe, and turn on that bell notification on. You know who you know. We almost hit 50 subscribers. I'm amazed because I remember when I first started this, I didn't have nothing and I only had one view, but thank you for all the love and support. You know that I love I love every one of y'all. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed these stories, which is 3 true disturbing Airbnb animated horror stories. If you guys ever been in an Airbnb and or a place where something supernatural had happened or something horrible happened, leave the stories down in the comments and I'll make a video on YouTube where I will say those stories and I'll shout you out. You know what I'm saying? For giving me those stories. But without further ado, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna start. So buckle up, grab your snacks. Hope you guys like this video. Relax. I'm gonna start this. By the way, the YouTuber is MJV Animations. Go show him some support because he's the one who has created these stories. He has a bunch on his channel, so go check him out.
I arrived at my last stop before my final destination on the following day. It was late and I was extremely exhausted from a long few days of driving, so I got my small backpack out and got inside my Airbnb for the night. It was some random house off the main road that just happened to be on—
Hold up. So, you came from a drive. Brother, you gotta be Pacific. Look, I love your content and all, but like, how many hours was that drive? I get it. You were in an Airbnb, but how tired were you? You know what I'm saying? You gotta express a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's continue. And that house looks very old.
my route. I didn't do too much looking into it because it was just for a night, so really all I needed was a bed to sleep in for 8 hours. Upon walking in, I immediately got a whiff of a really unpleasant smell.
Oof.
It wasn't a concerning smell per se, but it definitely was not enjoyable, like maybe a dead rodent under the house or mold in the ceilings. I did a very quick look around, glancing into the bedroom and bathroom, but I noticed the smell was a lot stronger in the bedroom than it was in the living room, so I decided to keep my stuff in the main living space and just set myself up for the night on the couch.
Smart.
I took the throw blanket off one of the sofa chairs and laid it out, but as I was doing this, a loud thump rang through the walls. I was less scared than I was confused, thinking that this was way too loud just to be the house settling in or something. But the way the sound came through the walls made it really hard to tell where in the house it came from.
Derek, why'd you take your pants off?
My balls was hot.
I understand. Derek, why'd you take your pants off?
My balls was hot.
I understand.
Hi, my name is...
I don't freaking care about your
I
balls.
stepped down the hallway and peeked my head into each of the rooms, checking for anything wrong, but everything looked okay. I wasn't really sure what to check for, to be honest, but as far as I thought, nothing was to worry about for the short amount of time I'd be staying there. I went back to the couch and continued setting it all up.
I mean, if this is based on the true story, I would say this guy has the balls to stay there, especially if he heard those thuds through the wall. Well, it wasn't through the wall, but I mean on the wall, hearing those noises. Now, if I was this guy, I would be like, okay, no. You know what I'm saying? But like, I understand his point of view, you know, how he felt of this moment where he was tired. Very,
And laid
very
down
tired.
and took my phone out to do some planning for the next few days. Only a few minutes after that first thump, there was another. It was almost identical to the previous, ringing through the walls and just being a single thump. I got up and walked down the hallway again, but decided to check the rooms a bit more thoroughly this time.
Brother, okay, there's another thing. Why don't you have a flashlight? If you're going down the hallway and you turn off all the lights off, why don't you have a flashlight? Every paranormal investigator, and correct me if I'm wrong, and if every because I believe that if the paranormal investigator sees these videos that I'm doing, I bet they would agree with me that they do carry flashlights. They carry flashlights with them. Why don't you carry a flashlight?
I flicked on the lights and inspected the walls and ceiling, but still, there was nothing to show any signs of anything. At this point, I was thinking maybe a large branch was swinging in the wind and banging on the roof, but even that just seemed far-fetched. I went back to the couch and reminded myself that I was only here for one night, and whatever the problem was, wasn't my problem. I shut off the lights, laid down, and fell asleep. With the night being quiet and being as exhausted as I was, I had no problem sleeping. But the way I woke up was unusual. My eyes were still closed, as I'd only partially woken up. I probably wouldn't have even remembered it, if not for what happened next.
What happened?
I got a bad feeling in my gut as I opened my eyes.
Yeah.
A man was standing right above me, staring into my eyes. My whole body tightened in that moment, but it only lasted fractions of a second before the...
Yo, bro. Oh my goodness. That is terrifying. I mean, think about it. He comes into this little Airbnb. Supposedly there was nobody. But yet, he smells a very bad odor. I'm talking about a bad smell. He couldn't describe what it is. Maybe it was this guy right here, this bald guy right here. Right here, look. I'm gonna bring him. All right. This old guy right here.
And
all right. This old guy right here. All right. And I'm gonna say this old guy right here. Okay. This old guy. This bald ass looking guy, right? Think about it. He must have killed somebody. That bad odor must be the remains of that person. Now, for those people who go to Airbnb, my advice to you is, I know that maybe like the Airbnb will be like, you know, in the area, in the territory, meaning like, okay, somebody's living in the front of the house, but the Airbnb is back of their house. Now, my advice to all of you guys who go into Airbnb, I don't care what area you are in, is check every room. The closets, the bathroom, the bedroom, the kitchen, the living room. From the ceiling to the floor, to the inside the cabinets, to the outside, the backyard, around the area. It doesn't matter. Check if the windows are closed. Because if you guys smell something bad or feel uncomfortable, y'all better, and I'm telling y'all, carry a weapon with y'all. You know what I'm saying? For safety. Get a flashlight just for in case if the lights goes out. You know, these are the emergencies that us people need if we're going to Airbnb. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying because I like to help people out, you know?
My whole body tightened in that moment, but it only lasted fractions of a second before the man sprinted from the side of the couch and straight out the front door.
What the hell?
I quickly stood up and ran to see where he went, but I lost sight of him in the trees. I closed the door, then went to grab my phone, but stopped at the end of the hall as I saw something from the corner of my eye.
What did you see?
Hanging in the middle of the hallway was a folding ladder leading up to an attic. I wasted.
Oh, one more thing. If you're Airbnb, and oh my god, thanks God for this video, this part is what I was missing. If you're Airbnb, or if you decide to go to an Airbnb, make sure if they have an attic, check it out as well. You know what I'm saying? Because nowadays, this generation is becoming much more dangerous with criminals, robberies, break-ins. Y'all gotta be careful. Even serial killers might be running around, robberies, you know. This is for your own safety and your family's safety. And this doesn't only go for your Airbnb, it goes to your own household.
No more time to call for help.
That is crazy, man.
As you could guess, the man had been up in the attic that night, but there wasn't much up there to show he'd been around for more than a day or two. It's likely he was just using the Airbnb as a place to live, but his actions made things really disturbing.
He was an inmate.
If I hadn't woken up, I don't know what would have happened.
He would have killed you at that moment and then.
I love shopping the Real. It's Gucci,
Louis Vuitton,
Prada, Hermes, Dior.
I mean, think about it. He would have killed them right at that time.
At the time of writing this happened only a few weeks ago. I had driven out to an Airbnb vacation cabin in a woodsy area.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my god, what can I say? What can I say? Especially for Airbnbs on the woods. Bro. There's no words, bro. Just that Bigfoot, Chupacabra, La Llorona. Who? Slender Man could pop out.
I'd planned a backpacking trip with a few friends, and I was meant to stay there only 2 nights before heading out for the rest of the week.
This is why I don't like...
When I pulled in and saw the place, I was satisfied. It was very isolated. It was very much just a plain cabin, which I loved. I parked around the side of the place and got my gear out of the truck, bringing it inside.
Hold on, this cabin kind of reminds me the cabin that just looks like similar to The Quarry. The scary horror game, The Quarry. That cabin just looks the same.
The inside is what you'd expect. Small and not the nicest, but good for what I paid for. That night, I pretty much got right in bed though, falling asleep and getting up early the next morning.
And that's a problem.
My goal for this day was to scout out the first portion of the trail that my friends would meet me on the following day. Really, I just needed to make sure it was open and not too muddy from last week's rainfall. If it was, then we'd have to find a new trail. I made a cup of coffee and chilled until mid-afternoon, then went out and walked down to the main road, walking along it for a half-mile to the trailhead. It looked clear and dry, so I didn't bother hiking down more than a quarter mile or so before heading back. In total, I'd only been gone for an hour, but when I got onto the path leading to the Airbnb, I saw in the distance that a truck was now parked right out front.
Whoa.
I quickened.
Okay. Yeah, this is new. This is new because, you know, having an Airbnb in the woods, you're mainly in the middle of the woods, where it could either be skinwalkers or even a homeless person who lives around in the forest or in the woods, that if they find a nice car with a cabin next to it. Of course, they'd rather steal the car or move the car. Okay, in this type of situation, you either left the door open from the cabin or one of the windows open. This is why you guys should check every time when you go to an Airbnb. Make sure that the windows are locked, the doors are locked, checked everywhere, man. It's important for people's
My
safety.
pace, unsure what was going on.
This is creepy though.
When
Like,
I got up to the cabin, I went right up to the window of the truck, but nobody was inside.
But how did the truck move?
I then
from
looked around
that
in all
side to the front?
directions, not seeing anyone at all. Nobody in the distance, and nobody at the front door. Where else could they even be?
That is creepy.
I cautiously walked up to the front door, noticing it was still locked. Heading inside, it was clear that nobody had entered, which was my worst fear. After double-checking all the rooms, I opened the Airbnb app and contacted the host, asking if he or someone else was here. As I waited for a response, I checked the windows, but still saw nothing. What made this so unnerving was that I couldn't see where anyone could even go from here. It was just forest around, with this one cabin in the middle. As I continued to wait for a response, hours passed. I kept looking for anyone to come back to their truck, but with the sun setting, it seemed more unlikely. Then at just about 8 p.m.,
wow,
I got a text back.
I can't believe this guy stood there for hours until the day the sun just set down. I can't believe the hours that he had to stand there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, okay, I know this is animated, but you know, in real life, if this were based on a true story, I would say that, okay, he must have like got a snack and then went back or sat down. But think about this. What was one mistake that I bet you guys, as viewers, who views my content and my, videos, you guys could see clearly the mistake of what people are making when they go to Airbnb. They trust too much on the people when they should be a little bit worried in a way. You know what I'm saying? Just for in case of your own safety, everyone should check the Airbnb up and down, top to bottom, inside and out, each rooms, you know what I'm saying? Now this guy's just doing after what he just experienced with his truck moving from the side to the front of the house. No one else should be here.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't already expect that answer.
And then
but I was just hoping that somehow it wasn't. After some thinking, I just couldn't get myself to feel safe enough to stay the night. I went around the cabin and started packing my things, but then the sudden sound of footsteps came from the front.
Where's your weapon?
I stopped and listened as they made their way onto the porch and up to...
Okay, that's smart. You stopped of what you're doing. You kept yourself quiet. But here's the thing though. Where's your weapon? Where's your flashlight? I mean, it's already dark time by the time that you're doing this animated, right? So based on what I'm thinking is that, okay, during that time, why don't you have a flashlight? Where's your weapon? A knife, a gun? What is people doing these days? Okay, look, man, oh my god, bro. Like, okay. Like, I know my reaction should be like, oh, screaming and everything, but also there's some facts and reasons that it should be fixed. You know what I'm saying? That's what I am here to react, to fix. You know what I'm saying? To help out.
Door.
Like, come on.
Moments passed and no knock came.
Oh, that is creepy.
I must have stood there staring at the door for at least a minute before slowly walking up and looking out. A tall man was on the doorstep, but he was facing away from the door, looking out by the truck. An eerie feeling came over me, looking at this man not moving at all and just staring out into the distance. Feeling that he may not be the only one out there, I took a few steps back trying to quietly go into the other room to call
Perfect.
911.
That's smart. That's smart.
But on my third step,
Oh,
one
you
of the
stupid.
floorboards made an extremely loud creak. Right after, I heard the man shuffle around outside, followed by seeing the doorknob shake violently as he tried to open it. I ran and locked myself in the bedroom, dialing 911 as the man outside continued to shake the door and bang on it before suddenly running off the porch.
Oh, that
A
is
second
creepy.
later, I
That is
heard the
creepy.
truck driving away.
If I was in that situation... Oh, wait, no, what? Oh, whoa. Hold on, let me stop right here. Right here. Dude, if I was in his boots and his shoes, what I would have done is I would have got a weapon. Or at least a broomstick, brother. You know what I'm saying? And plus, where is your truck keys? How did he just stole your freaking truck? Oh my god, bro, like... Wow, bro, but that would be terrifying if I was in his shoes, honestly.
Police made it to the cabin relatively quickly, but it didn't end up being that helpful. I left the cabin that night to stay in a hotel instead, being that the man wasn't caught and was still out there somewhere. I really can't even try to guess what he was doing, but the thing that really horrifies me is thinking about where the man was that whole time. Was he just standing out in the woods, or hiding somewhere outside the house? After that experience, though, I probably won't be...
No, I don't think so, because if we go back to the video, right, and I'm gonna go back to the video, right, there's a part... You see this house right here? Look. I'm gonna zoom in. Okay, there's this cabin right here, right? There's this truck. He must have been in this one. Like, think about that. He must have been in here. Okay, and when the time was right, he moved the truck right here in the front and broke in. Simple as that.
Woods, or hiding somewhere outside the house. After that experience, though, I probably won't be staying in another far-out cabin anytime soon.
Smart.
So you've been injured in a recent car accident and you want to get a major check like this right here. Here's what...
Okay, that's cheating. No.
I thought I'd treat myself to a short getaway vacation. I live in a really flat and boring area, so I chose somewhere with a more mountainous and forest-covered scenery.
Ooh, okay.
I settled on Colorado, but I didn't really know any towns aside from the main ones, which were pretty expensive, so I started looking into Airbnbs in smaller towns. There weren't as many options as I was hoping within my price range, but I did find one that I thought wasn't too bad. I booked it and was on the road the following week, driving through the country to the Airbnb.
Okay.
10 long hours later, I made it to the town at...
Whoa. 10 long hours? Brother, that's almost a day.
...be staying in. I gotta say, I was not very comfortable when I first started driving through it. I shouldn't have expected much, but this was far less than what I'd thought it would be. The few rows of houses bordered a very empty and dark road with old wooden power lines barely standing on the sides. Being at night, it almost looked like an abandoned ghost town. I knew during the day it would probably look less so, but this was my first and only impression to go off of. Thankfully, I was able to find the Airbnb without trouble, pulling into the gravel path that led to a...
Right off the bat, this Airbnb does not look bad. You know, the outside is nice, you know what I'm saying? It's a good scenery right now, right? It's not in the middle of the woods, but in a ghost town, which is worse. But anyway,
cul-de-sac with my Airbnb, along with 4 other small homes. I parked and got out, lugging my bags up to the front door and getting inside. This was a very small 500 square foot home, but I had
Already the first mistake, brother. You did not lock your car. You did not close the back of the trunk of your car either, bro. And you better check all around this house. If you don't, as God is my witness, I am gonna report this video.
to admit the setup was nice. I dropped my things in the bedroom and went to the kitchen to fill up my water bottle and take a minute to relax before bed. As I
Okay.
stood at the counter though, I heard a car coming down the gravel outside.
Oh, goddamn.
I
That's
walked over
worse.
to the window, seeing a pair of headlights appear and slowly come into the cul-de-sac, parking in front of the house next to the Airbnb.
What you gonna do?
The car turned off and the headlights went out, but oddly, as I stood and watched,
Oh,
nobody
yo.
ever exited the car.
Oh, that's creepy, bro.
After a minute, I just left and went back to the kitchen.
Brother, this is a good opportunity. This is a good opportunity. Y'all see what I'm seeing right now? Knives. Brother, if I were you right now, if I were you, brother, and I'll say it again, I will grab that butcher knife with me and take it with me as a weapon. Okay, I don't care about your water bottle. I would have done it by now.
As it was really none of my business, and I didn't want them to notice me watching. I sat down on one of the bar stools and pulled my phone out, responding to some messages.
That's a gay ass phone. Who in the man carnation is gonna carry a pink ass phone? That is gay.
And letting my family know that I made it here safe. I was there no longer than 15 minutes before calling in the night and going to the bedroom. I unpacked some things and started getting ready when I quietly heard a car door open and close outside, followed by some footsteps.
Oh, damn.
It sounded like they walked up pretty close, but I assumed they had to just be walking up to the house next door.
Oh, damn.
The footsteps stopped somewhat abruptly though, but after finishing getting ready, I got in bed.
Nah, bro, that's the stupidest thing, bro. If you heard footsteps coming close to your freaking Airbnb, you know what I would have done? I would literally get up, run to the kitchen, and get that butcher knife, and take that weapon with me. As God is my witness, if that person would ever jump into that window of my Airbnb, if I was in his shoes, I would have sliced that man open. I don't care. No, I'm just kidding. But I would ask him questions. I would hold him hostage, and I would ask him of questions. Because it is really not necessary for a person to just break into an Airbnb. Well, it could be two reasons. Either the person who just came in, driving in, be like, okay, I'm confused. Why is this person living in my house? Or it's a break-in.
From what I remember, I fell asleep after half an hour.
And this fool is sleeping, bro. When you hear someone walking in your Airbnb, you should be concerned and worried, brother. You should have fear, my bro. You should not be sleeping. You should be alerted, bro. Like,
And didn't hear anything else during that time.
that is creepy because you don't know what's gonna. My fucking stupid ass. I don't care about the college.
If you're
bro.
a parent of an athlete
I
trying
don't care about college, bro. I
When
dropped
my
out of high
eyes
school.
opened, I had no idea what time it was, but I felt very unsettled. Everything was quiet, aside from the light creaking of the house. I sat up, staring through the dark room and trying to understand whatever was making me feel this way. My eyes could barely see anything until they fell on the uncovered window, and behind it, a pair of eyes were looking back at me.
Oh my god, bro. Like this. Look, these stories are good, you know what I'm saying, for like, you know, kids to hear, to learn lessons from. But this is not only for kids to learn from, this is for us people to learn how to be safe. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at this fool. Look at him. He looks like if he got freaking rabies right now, bro. Look at him. Oh, no.
My heart jumped and my body froze, and after a moment, I saw the figure move away from the window, but I could only slightly hear their footsteps, and it didn't sound like they were leaving. I quickly got out of the bed and hurried to get dressed, but there was a sudden sound from outside the bedroom door. I stopped and listened as heavy footsteps left from right behind the door and ran down the hallway. At this point, I didn't know what to do, so I just stood there and listened.
No, bro.
I heard the footsteps.
If I were you, bro. If I freaking was you, bro. Like, bro. Like, ever since I would have seen that car pull up, bro. If somebody would have pulled up at someone's crib like that, bro. Like, think about it, bro. If it was your crib and someone pulls up like you, on you like that, and you don't know them, bro, like, you should be worried, fool. You should be worried. Grab yourself a weapon and stay yourself safe with your family, bro. Because you don't know. Unless if you do know them and you know the vehicle, alright, you cool. But if you don't know that vehicle, nah, you guys will agree with me. You guys better say that in the comments if you agree with me with that type of situation. I'm just saying, bro. I'm here to help out, bro. You know, and to react to the videos, you know, and review them for you, you know what I'm saying? So, I hope you guys enjoy.
Go from inside the house to the gravel path and down to the road.
But that
then a car started and drove off. After some time passed, I carefully opened the door and walked down the hallway, seeing the front door wide open and hearing only the quietness of the night. I never heard the footsteps of the man by my window leaving, but from the looks of it, they were definitely gone. I did what I could, reporting it to a local police station 20 minutes away, but there was never any follow-up.
Okay, was the problem with the cops nowadays. You see, you call 911, they either come 20 to 30 minutes late. By that time, you'd rather be dead or kidnapped or probably just whatever just happened. You know what I'm saying? They probably got away. Now, you see, the cops should, like, be more attentive. Like, there should be more cops. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I think, you know? Not only that, I mean, like, you know, what is wrong with the cops these days? You know, you call 911 and they will say, oh, 10 to 30 minutes are they going to arrive to your location. Brother, they're already gone by that time. You know what I'm saying? But if there were like a car chase, shoot, bro, they're on it. But when people are in danger of their own household or Airbnb, right, where there's a hostage situation, they will take nights, even days.
Who they were, what they wanted,
You guys could disagree with
and
me.
why they broke in, I didn't stay to find out.
These are facts. You know what I call these? Do you know what I call these? These are called traumas, PTSD. After people experience something of fear, this is what they get. They get PTSD, trauma. These are the two things that people get. Even they get like this paralyzed, like sleep paralysis, you know, where they have this little heavy feeling when they sleep. Like something heavy is anxiety, you know what I'm saying? So this is like my reaction and my facts, you know, of what people should fix. I mean, this is a good horror stories, you know what I'm saying? I could tell this to my kids, bro, like honestly. But like, you know, I don't have kids, but you know, if I were to have kids, I would tell them these stories, you know what I'm saying? But like, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Like, comment if you agree or disagree with my terms throughout this whole video. I appreciate every one of y'all who supports my videos. So much love to all of y'all, and welcome to the fam, the channel of Hardcore Games TV, where you experience not only games but scary reactions too. Stay tuned for tomorrow's upload. Stay tuned because maybe 2 or 1 surprise is coming tomorrow for the upload, so y'all better stay tuned for that. Without further ado, your boy is out. The iconic. Subscribe if you're new and turn on that bell notification on. And I hope you guys enjoy. Let's reach more than 50 subscribers. Let's make this channel grow.